Hi, I'm Corie Bailon, and I have a few questions for you about your classroom. Would you like students to interact positively with one another? Would you like them to feel part of a group where they belong? Would you like them to have better self-esteem? And last, would you like a more harmonious classroom? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then maybe cooperative learning is the tool that you need to use in your classroom to help you have those things. Let's take a look at more what it is. My action plan involved the question, how can cooperative learning make positive impacts on student engagement in the classroom? Now, some of you might be wondering, what in the world is cooperative learning? Cooperative learning is defined as a small group of individuals working jointly to solve a problem or complete a task. So in my data overview, I had 3 main questions about cooperative learning strategies that I used, that I researched more in depth. Number 1 was team building. Number 2 was cooperative learning in math. Number 3 was round robin peer interactions, which I'm excited to share more about with you. So the first question I had was, do team building activities enhance and increase positive peer interactions? I started my observation with a team building activity, and I gave each partnership one piece of paper. They were instructed that one person would have scissors and one would have glue, and they were going to attempt to make the longest paper chain out of any other partnership in the class. And I told students that they had to work together to create the longest chain. So they had to be explicitly taught how to make a chain. And then I found this activity to be pretty successful. They were talking to each other and helping each other. When I said that one person had the glue and one person had the scissors, sometimes they'd switch, or one person would put down the scissors and help the other person glue. And I really like that, because especially that student who helped his teammate is not usually a helpful person. So I found that just to be successful, if it wasn't for anyone else but for him, that helped him in my classroom. The next activity that I did was showdown. So students were taught a math lesson, whole group, and then they were instructed, they got their whiteboard, their marker, and they sat across from a partner. They were given a math problem. For the example, this one in the picture says 7 plus 3 equals 10. They had to solve the problem, draw a picture, and then when they were done, they hid it from their partner. When everyone was ready to show their partner, we'd say showdown. They'd flash the board to their partner, and if they both got it right, they'd praise each other, say, great job, super smart. And if one person got it wrong in their group or their partnership, they would help their partner get it right. And then they would high five and say, great job, partner, you're so smart. And then after that, I gave them an individual exit ticket. And that day, 70% of the class passed their exit ticket, which was really successful in my eyes. So yeah, I really enjoy this activity. I think it's helpful for students. In the future, I would pair them by ability level to make this activity more equitable. Last, I had a question of, there's more positive interaction among peers when they answered round robin style. As teachers, we simply like to ask a question, have one kid raise their hand, and then everyone else listens. And we know that's not always successful for active listening. So round robin is when students are asked a simple question like, what did you do over the weekend? Or what's your favorite color? To more complex questions like, what did the author mean by this? Students turn and talk to their partner. Partner A goes first, partner B listens, and then they switch. And then after they're done, they signal the teacher. And then when they know that they needed to have listened because the teacher asked them what their partner said. And so I found this activity to be so successful, and I use it daily in my morning circle. So I know that I'm getting active listening and that all students are engaged. And I use it every day, and I think it's an amazing activity. So what are the stakeholder roles? They're really, for this, it's just the teachers and the students. Teachers are constantly implementing cooperative learning strategies, teaching new ones to students when they feel ready, and students are actively participating. These simple strategies can be implemented right away, and they can continue for the whole school year and even beyond. The outcomes of cooperative learning and the benefits are great in number. Like I talked about before, those who engage in cooperative learning saw increases in relatedness or being accepted by others and had increased sense of well-being and intrinsic motivation. And then this quote I absolutely love. We know that great investment equals great rewards. Team building is the most important investment you can make for your people or students. It builds trust, mitigates conflict, encourages communication, and increases collaboration. So I know that we definitely want all of these things for our students, not just for when they're in school, but when they're out of school, in the real world, looking for jobs and being citizens. They need to work cooperatively one with another. So I hope that you're excited to take these things that I showed you today and take it to your classroom. Thanks for listening.